Good evening and welcome to OxProFest. Firstly, apologies, slightly late, but we are at the cutting edge of technology. And, well, when you're at the cutting edge of technology, things can go wrong. But rest assured, we have a full agenda tonight. Hopefully you're all there. Hopefully we haven't ruined your dinner being a few minutes late. So, as we're panning in, I'd like to firstly say welcome to my guest. If I was Bruce Forsyth, this is Anthea Hugh Blaser.
Evening, Matthew.
Yeah, good evening to you. Socially distanced, stay over there, and that's fine. So, Hugh, we work together, and we work together on our UK Property Forums event, and we're really pleased that we could put this together. Obviously, we're not at Keble College, great frustration, but there is a bigger picture at hand here. But we are here tonight, live with you, and we're here from Bicester Heritage, and it's just incredibly exciting to be here and to be part of this. Anyway, more of that later. Let's not get carried away. So, first things first, for the lineup tonight, I'm going to kick off, and then we're going to go on and have a quick update from Nigel, and also Nigel Tipple from OxLep, and also Jane Norris from Edgar's. But before that, I think it's just all quite right just to have a quick update of what we've done today. I must admit, it's been an interesting day, and we have another interesting day tomorrow. It is UK Prop Fest, and it's the webinar. We've had 2 already, very successful. Did you enjoy it, Hugh?
I enjoyed every moment, yes. I thought you did a great job.
Thank you. Well, it wasn't about me. I mean, it was about you as well.
Well, we did a great job.
I like that.
Yeah.
This is going to go well tonight. If I line them up, you can...
I can knock them down. Yeah,
well done.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what was your highlight?
There's so many. How does one choose?
I don't know, but that's why I've asked you.
I think the concept of collaboration, going from private developers to local authorities to planning advisors, and the need for people to come together, put their ideas in a pot and see what comes out, I think is the thing that I enjoyed the most. Right,
okay. Well, there's a top tip from Hugh, and that was, remember, there's still places available tomorrow, and there's 3 more sessions tomorrow. One on the industrial market, also looking at the business park bounce, and one finally on transport. So please do log into that. There's lots of content there. It's free and hopefully very relevant. And I think really, also the other thing I want to kind of get across really, we're really passionate about the regions. When I say the regions, I mean the Arc and Thames Valley, and obviously Oxfordshire as well. We're really passionate about that. And I think there's a different story here. As I was told the other day, you're in the sweet spot. And I think this is quite interesting. We are in a really interesting location for what's happening in this current period. Anyway, enough of that. Tonight's awards. Before we go on, and there is 9 fantastic awards to be given out tonight, I have asked a couple of people to say a few words. And the first one, which hopefully, through the powers of technology, is Nigel Tipple. And I'm wondering if Nigel is there, and we will beam him in through Zoom with a bit of luck. Nigel, hello.
How are you?
It works.
How are you,
fantastic.
sir?
Yeah, we're doing okay. Can you see us okay?
I can see you perfectly now.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm in black tie, but you're in a different tie, but that's okay. How are you? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. I'm glad to see that you managed to sort the gremlins.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done.
It was
to the team.
It's what's known as a journey in management speak, but we're getting through it. So let's have your overview really, and I think what I wanted to do to get from you, Nigel, was just an idea of where you are and where OxLep is in respect of the current situation. Because, ironically, given where we were supposed to be in April for Keble, everything's changed.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I guess first and foremost, we should start with just recognising how important this event is. We're delighted to be supporting and partnering you again with OxProFest in 2020, and really an opportunity to celebrate success in what's been not only kind of extraordinary circumstances, but that kind of success around people responding to COVID in a much more positive way. And I think it's important that we reflect on that. I think from an event perspective, not only does it showcase kind of innovation in terms of commercial sector, and indeed how we've responded in terms of the historic fabric of Oxfordshire over the last couple of years, but also the quality and the adaptability of the professional service sector that support it. So I think there's a really strong ethos that underpins the event, and I think the sector rises to that challenge, particularly in these difficult times. So I think from our perspective, COVID and economic recovery focus has been the main activity over the last 6 months, building on a really strong pre-COVID focus of innovation and growth, and that in many ways has continued. It's shown the adaptability of Oxfordshire's economy. It's allowed us to work together and to develop a new lexicon, really. We've got a restart, recover, renew lexicon now that talks about post-COVID restart, a recovery phase that's about the dynamism of Oxfordshire's market to recover, and actually to get back on a roadmap that looks at renewal. And as part of that process, we recently launched an investment prospectus, an Oxfordshire investment plan that sets out a similar ambitious trajectory, £4.3 billion worth of investment programme that looks to work with public and private sector to really kickstart and move on from what has been, a significant shock in the marketplace, but also in the community. And we've got to remember that the environment that the sector produces creates the places that people live and work. And that investment plan looks out to 2030, over the next 10 years or so. It looks to deliver significant opportunities around employment, around commercial space, the ability to bring forward some 3.5 million square feet of in old money, as it were, in property terms. And I think it's important as part of that we reflect not just on the ambition of that plan, but the pillars that underpin it. Ideas and innovation, people and communities, a business environment that's dynamic, an infrastructure that responds to some of those challenges and creates places, and importantly places that we want to live and work. As Oxfordshire was pre-COVID, it's about a new direction. It's not about going backwards, it's about moving forwards. And that's set along 3 guiding principles. Oxfordshire is a place to invest and to deliver for the UK. Oxfordshire is an innovation engine. We know that from history, but actually it's about how we innovate, how we pivot, and how we move forward. And look into global markets, Oxfordshire in a global Britain, in a new context, post-Brexit, post-COVID, and moving forward together. And that is really underpinned in terms of property with some of the work that we've seen come through recently with Bidwells, in terms of the kind of take-up that we've seen in the same period last year. We're broadly in line with that, some 118,000 square feet of lettings. Whilst we've seen that supply tighten, it's kind of sub 540,000 or thereabouts square feet available. We've still seen that demand for space continue. So there is hope, there's positive direction of travel there. And we've seen some modest but nevertheless significant transactions, particularly one around Oxford Sciences Innovation. So it's kind of 28,000 square feet there of transactions. So positive trajectory, building on world-leading innovation networks where we can compete successfully for global investment. And those opportunities lead into commercial space requirements, opportunities where we need to support the marketplace. And that again is where the sector comes into its own. A place where we can look at things like living labs. How do we develop the places of the future? How do we test? How do we create opportunities to build a new economy for Oxfordshire? And again, land and property is going to be a critical component of that, particularly if we look at that living labs concept. Focus around things like climate change. How do we adapt? How do we move forward? How do we connect those places? Autonomous vehicles, artificial intelligence, a whole range of opportunities for a dynamic community to build and to thrive. We must recognise that there's been significant challenges over that period, and we've seen people sadly lose their jobs. We've seen businesses have to restructure, and in some cases not manage to restructure quickly enough. But what that's created is a new momentum. It's created some mobility within the workforce. It's created opportunities for development and retraining. And within our investment plan, opportunities to look at what a new system of support for our community groups can be. Inclusive communities, places where we look at training and employment and redevelopment of new markets. So I guess, from my perspective, as we move forward, we've got opportunities in the creative sector. We've got, significant opportunities around clean growth. We've seen new development coming forward. We've seen new quality development and design innovation, looking at how we can pivot, how we can change the kind of design vernacular to respond to changing pressures. And I think everyone has a role to play in that, whether it's making investment plans such as ours successful, whether it's engaging with government, whether it's supporting our communities and investors, our entrepreneurs and innovators. And we hope to continue to engage this community, the property community, as well as others in the coming months in realising that potential. So I guess, finally from me, to all the category applicants tonight, to all those who are shortlisted, to all those who don't quite make it in terms of the awards, I think it's important to remember that the value that you're all making to Oxford's economy, the continuity of that growth, the support and the confidence that brings is something that makes you all winners. And I think that's, if there's one thing that we need to go away with this evening, is not that, the winners have done very well, but everybody's won in that context. We've put on an event, we've created a dynamic, and we're supporting a vibrant community. And I think that's testament to you, Matthew, and colleagues in terms of the event, and it's testament to the community that they've been able to continue to drive an economy in a set of uncertain times that we've never seen in living lifetime, quite frankly. So congratulations to you all. I think we look forward to a positive event this evening, and we'd like to continue that dialogue.
Excellent, Nigel. Fine words. Thank you. And also, you used the word route map, which I think is really important because it is a route map, and by definition, the routes can sometimes change. And I think that's certainly over the next 6 months we will see, unfortunately, best wood in the world, different routes and different ways. The other thing, as it is that sort of evening, we'd just like to also thank you to working with you and with Rob, Richard, and also Sebastian, and the team's been really, really positive and always there, which is good, and very understanding. A very good sense of humour, which is quite important at times like this. So that's very good. So thank you very much, Nigel.
No, you're welcome.
And we will catch up, no doubt, soon back in your offices or whenever.
Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you very much. Right, now on to our second guest. And last year's Leader of the Year, which was, sorry about that, I'll just go back, which was Jane Norris. And as it happens, Jane is here with us. So that worked very well, and she's just come in. I'll just step in there. And thank you, Jane, for coming to join us.
It's a pleasure. Really is a pleasure.
Great,
fantastic. Been lots of hard work to put this together. I know there's been some technical hitches, but you've done a sterling job. It's great to be here in person.
It is very good, and yes, talking about technical issues, it is. I saw a grown man sweating like I've never seen before, and that is quite a feat. So, and we will no doubt dine on that at some point. So, Jane, you've been Leader of the Year for 12 months. Last year you wore white. This year you're wearing black. How's your year been?
Yeah, black and white. Yeah, it was a huge honour to get that award 18 months ago now, I think, almost. Yeah. And a huge amount has happened. The business has grown further. We've had some national recognition in a professional body award, which was also done on a Zoom call, which was quite interesting. It's nice to be here live rather than doing that. We've got some fantastic new projects on the go. It's been tricky times, but there's been lots and lots of positives as well. Actually learning more about the team on weekly, daily catch-ups with everybody. That's been really good and a positive thing out of COVID. Actually, our technological skills, our ability to actually do the job remotely and do it well, in our view, has been really heartwarming and But without a good team behind you, it's difficult. The team behind you is the thing that really matters.
Without a doubt, I think these times have shown the importance of teams. I mean, you obviously specialise in planning advice, consultancy. Yes. How is the market? Is it busy?
The market is mixed. It's quite busy. When we went into COVID, we had a lot of clients obviously just say, please put us on hold. We had an awful lot of other clients say, I need to go faster. There's opportunities out there. And then those who were on hold have actually come back now, and they're seeing new opportunities. So things are moving. Things are moving in the right direction. I think definitely. I think hospitality opportunities that can be socially distanced. There's opportunities there. Holiday let market seems to be very, very strong, and quite a lot of property in the sort of high net worth individuals. Really reinvesting in property within the area, and that has a sort of trickle down effect to the local trades. So there have been opportunities as well as significant challenges, and we're certainly seeing an uplift in the work coming through at the moment. So,
okay, well that's great. Thank you for joining us.
It's
I know
a pleasure.
you're up for all your practice is up for award later on, so good luck with that.
Thank you.
And if you're okay to exit stage left,
I will do that.
Hugh can
Thank
enter
you.
with us now. And again, we've had a new word there, which was new directions. So we've had different pathways, different routes, and I used the word journey. So there we go. And as it happens, we're at Bicester Heritage, which is of course a Bicester Motion. So it's all coming together. Right, Hugh, shall we go on now and start to look at the awards? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope your glasses are charged and you're enjoying your evening so far. We have the first of 8 awards, and then we will announce the Leader of the Year. So the first award, which is award for Best Agent/Advisor, and that's very kindly sponsored by Fries.
So shortlisted entries for this award. First, in alphabetical order. Bidwell's, the 181-year-old firm, is the leading property consultant across the Oxford-Cambridge arc and specialises in advising the science and technology sector. They also work closely with 2/3 of Oxford colleges and the region's best-known private and public schools. Our second entry, from Carter Jonas. Strong leadership. The Carter Jonas commercial agency team has had a busy 12 months. Deals include the county's largest industrial acquisition at Didcot and the full occupancy of the Schrödinger building on Oxford Science Park. And last of our 3, VSL and Partners. A relatively tight team of 10, VSL has established an impressive reputation and service bandwidth. Doing deals in the office and industrial sectors, VSL could be described as a very solid letting agent. I don't know who writes this stuff.
Very good. Well, very good. And you can tell Hugh's diction is far better than mine, and he has got the role of reading that out, which is great. So now, without further ado, and the winner is Bidwell's. Well done to the team at Bidwell's. So we have two names. We have Richard, who leads the practice, and David as well. So I think we're going to have David. Congratulations, David.
What an honour.
I'd like to give you the award personally, but it's tricky.
Nice to see you crack a smile, David. I was worried you weren't going to them for a minute.
Congratulations, David.
What an honour.
I'd like to give you the award personally, but it's tricky.
I was worried you weren't going to them for a minute.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you.
I'd like to give you the award personally, but it's tricky. David, can you mute your YouTube feed? I think you've got your YouTube feed
Sorry
on.
about that.
Yeah, so you're getting us twice, which is probably not a very nice thought. But but if you could just that's better. That's better. Okay, how are you, David? Well done. Congratulations to the Bidwell's team.
Oh, fantastic! No, real honour. Thank you very much. And obviously, in true traditional form, have to thank the team. Amazing team. Rob and Beth and Adrian in the agency team, and just working with a fantastic crew who are here and all having a drink on WhatsApp in the wider office. So absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. And of course, to all our clients, we're really privileged to work on some fantastic projects, many of which have been mentioned earlier. Harwell, the West End development area. OSI, obviously, and Pete here as well, which is brilliant, and really privileged to have been with them on the entire journey since 2015. Harrowby Park and Westcott as well, and just fantastic. So thank you very much. Really thrilled.
Okay, very good. Well done. Congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And a picture of the team there. I don't know if we can get that up.
No, they are.
There we go. Hugh, can you, one abiding memory from that particular proposal? How did you enjoy the Bidwells?
I think the way they connected with the region, as evidenced by the Radical Regeneration Manifesto, which was published probably getting on for 18 months ago now. But it was a real commitment to what is going on with the ARC. I mean, there's a lot of scepticism about the ARC, but we are actually convinced that it's going to explode into action over the forthcoming years. There is so much, there are so many possibilities for it and with it that we think Bidwell's a back to winner, and that was one of the reasons why the judges favoured the entry.
So, on to the next award. So, one thing we haven't mentioned is the judging process, and it's important to mention that we had the judging happened in February, and we met at Oxford Business Park, and we had a fantastic morning going through the 40 entries. There are 24 shortlisted, and so the competition was fierce. That was a good 10 or more submissions than last year, so that was really positive. So thank you to the judges, and the judges are Hannah Smart from Edge, Sebastian Johnson from Oxlep, who replaced Nigel, who unfortunately couldn't turn up, Agnes from Cycle Land, John T. Ashworth from Bicester Heritage, Jane Norris from Edgar's as last year's winner of Leader of the Year, Hugh Blaser, who is on my left, Penny Rinter-Suksi from Blake Morgan, James Dipple, who of course is from MEPC, and he won Leader of the Year 2 years ago, Caroline Livingston, who's a new judge from Culham, which was very good of her to be involved, and obviously myself as the joint chair. So thank you to all the judges for being involved. Now, on to the next award. Award for Best Law Firm. Now, that's rather interesting, isn't it, Hugh?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be reading this one out.
No, let's not mix it. Let's keep this all above board and legally clear. So, it is. So let's have a look. Sorry, just to go back one. Thank you very much to Milton Park for sponsoring this, to Philip and his team, who have been very supportive and of us in the marketplace. So let's now have a look at the shortlist, which Hugh will read out. The
shortlisted entries, yes. The first was Blake Morgan. Blake Morgan, operating from their Thames Valley offices in Oxford and Reading. They have a venerable, one might say, and highly regarded property team. Their blue chip clients include Harwell Campus, several Oxford colleges and district councils. Pennington's Manches Cooper. The Oxford office of this leading law firm provides services to business and individuals. Top ranked in the Legal 500, the 100-strong real estate team is based across 6 of the firm's UK offices. The Oxford team advises several Oxford colleges, spin-out developers and retailers. And last but not least, Winkworth Sherwood. An impressive submission from this firm highlighted the abilities of the 100-strong real estate team based in Oxford and London.
Great. Thank
They've invested heavily in Oxford over the last year or so, and they are providing strategic advice for East West Rail and Bicester Eco Village. Okay, and thank you for that, Hugh. Pleasure. The winner is of Law Firm of the Year in Oxfordshire, Winkworth Sherwood. Jamie, congratulations. Can you hear us? Winkworth Sherwood. You need to mute your YouTube. Jamie, can you mute your YouTube?
Yep, done, I think.
Excellent.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Congratulations. Very well done, Jamie. Could you just say what it means to you and maybe your role and go from there, really?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I feel a little bit guilty accepting this award as it relates to projects in 2019, and I only joined in November last year. But
you know, go with the flow, Jamie.
but it's I think that highlights the work that the existing real estate team have already done here, working on some fantastic projects and some of those prominent sort of major projects in Oxfordshire. It's an area we're looking to invest in, hence our team joining and giving us that base in Oxford. So we're going to look to build on that over the coming years, and just thank you very much to the existing real estate team for all the work they've been doing in the county, and we'll hope to build on that.
Okay, I was going to ask Hugh to say something, but he's slightly conflicted, so I will not get involved in that, because as a lawyer with fingers in too many pies over the years, would slightly avoid that. So, but I really enjoyed your proposal. I especially thought the work you were doing on the railway, the East-West Railway, was very interesting, and I think there was more to that to come. Anyway, congratulations, well done again.
Thanks very much.
So, on to the next award. So before we do that, if you're wondering where all this wonderful information which Hugh is reading about, it's in the delegate programme. You were all sent the delegate programme, so please do refer to that. That's all we're doing. We're reading it out. I'd like to say we were doing more, but we are just reading it out from the delegate programme. So please do read that. If you want another copy, come back to us. And we can get that to you. But the delegate programme is quite a useful bit of information. So, right, so here we go. Planning consultancy. Again, a fantastic sponsor, incredibly helpful. What an exciting year they've had, Harwell. So it's really good to be working with them again. And we're really supportive. Emma, from one of their cluster managers, helped us this morning in the opening session, and it really is very exciting what's going on in Harwell. And I think, without getting too emotional, I think Oxfordshire doesn't always realise how lucky it is to have some of these places like Harwell, and Milton Park, which is just sitting there quietly getting on with things. And I think that's really, really important, but ever so successful. So, right, on to the next award for Best Planning Consultancy, and the shortlist is?
The shortlisted firms are Carter Jonas, it's those guys again. The 11-strong planning team based in Oxford has firm leadership and a long-standing reputation with clients across the Oxfordshire market. Clients include the UK Atomic Energy Authority, Harwell campus itself, and the University of Oxford. Our second shortlisted entry is from Edgar's, the Witney-based and now Oxford-based planning team, whose motto is planning for the future. Well, it may be their motto, but this practice is excelling today. Awards, client accolades, and a successful track record with planning applications. Clients include Radley College, Bicester Motion, and the Mullin Automotive Park. Again, last but not least, we have our old friend Savills. Their team, established 20 years ago, is 12 strong and includes the support of 5 urban designers. International and regional contacts drive this consultancy, and this is reflected in projects for Oxford North and Trinity College, not to mention the University of Oxford itself. Back to you, Matthew.
Okay, now it's a really tough one, this, and we did have more submissions, quite a few submissions actually on this. It was a really tough category, and we had to sort of, as a group, look at planning within Oxfordshire, which is very hot at the moment. And so the winner of this really is somebody, really top of their class. So without further ado, let's have a look and see who the winner is. Edgar's!
It's Southwoman again.
Thank you.
So, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Jane.
I'm thrilled. That's the team who are watching.
And it's so nice to give some award to somebody in person. It's sort of worked out by default, really, but there we go. Thank you very much for coming along, and congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you very much. Thank you to the team, and thank you to Oxlep and the sponsors and yourself. It's been fantastic.
Any words to
I think this is just fantastic for an SME from Oxfordshire. I think it just shows with determination and with support from a really great team and clients who believe in you, take a chance on an SME rather than national, just what you can achieve. I'm hugely grateful for this and recognise the field that we're in is makes me very humble. So yeah, I'm really thrilled. Thank you. And
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay, well done. Let's go on to the next. That is the Edgar's team. Whether they do that every day, I don't know. But they seem very happy. So well done, Edgar's, to all of them. Okay, so we're getting through the awards, and wouldn't quite say we're halfway, but we're getting there. Hopefully, wherever you are enjoying yourselves. There's a mutual atmosphere, and you are relaxed because we have some cracking developments to talk about. And this, in particular, the award for Best Residential Development is one of those. Again, in Oxfordshire, there's so much going on, but also what we were particularly looking forward was for schemes of real quality. And Hugh.
Yeah, well, do you know what? It's an evening of experimentation, as you know. It seems that the printout of my notes has not included the residential development, sadly.
There we go.
But okay. I can remember
Here we go.
the contestants were Duchy Fields in Bletchington. Now, if any of you travel, as I do sometimes, from Woodstock direction back over towards Wheatley in the south and towards London, you will have gone past this stunning new development in Bletchington, Duchy Fields. It has the vernacular, I think, of the edge of the Cotswolds moving in towards the city, and the facilities which one notes as one drives past seem to be answering the question of what do you do to create a residential community. So that was the first entry. The second entry, Hayfield Fields at Great Bourton, I haven't seen personally myself, I'm sad to say, but the judges were very impressed by the quality of the building and the design of the estate that has been created. Okay,
and I could do the last one because I know the last one.
You've been there, Matthew.
Reasonably well. Again, a fascinating scheme. It's a self-built scheme. It's been part of Bicester, or near Bicester, I should say, but it's got a very different environment to it, and they are plots of land which can be used by self-build. You probably have seen it on television where there was a programme about it. Anyway, there we go. So that's the short list. Fierce competition, very different, some of them, but giving contrast. And again, I think that's part of what Oxfordshire, living in Oxfordshire, there is a contrast there. So there we go. Well ad-libbed, if I might say.
Thank you very much.
Hugh, that was very good. Yeah. I didn't
What's
do that.
An old jazzer? Always an old jazzer.
Well, I didn't do that on purpose, just to trick you, I promise you. Just to have a bit of a laugh. No, I wouldn't do that. There's something worse to come, actually. So on that note, let's have a look at who the winner is. And the winner is The Street at Graven Hill in Bicester. Congratulations. I think one of the architects is there, which is Adrian James. Oh, there you are, Adrian. So on that note... if you can tell off YouTube. Who the winner is...
Hello.
Can
you hear me?
Yes, you've won. Congratulations, Adrian.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Great news. Yeah, thanks. It was a great project to work on. I don't think... we only did 3 of the 10 houses, my practice. So a few other architects should get some credit, but there are too many to mention now. But I think one thing to note is that the street is really only the tip of the iceberg. It's just the first 10 pioneer houses in the whole of the Graven Hill development, which is a brave and extraordinary experiment in self-build. And there's hundreds more houses to come, and it's going to be very interesting to watch to see how it plays out. But no, it was a real pleasure to be a part of the street and be on grand designs and everything, and to get some praise from Kevin MacLeod, which is quite hard.
Yeah, no, it is. I know, yes. But and can you just give us a bit of background about the street, its kind of philosophy, because I think there is a slightly different, if I might say, philosophy to the project. That's probably the best word I can think of.
Yeah, the idea with the whole of Graven Hill is that the plots will be sold to self-builders, and all they get is an empty bit of land with foundations, and then they can build what they like within limits on height and things. So the planning freedom is quite extraordinary, and it speeds up the whole planning process for self-builders. They are a breed unto themselves, self-builders. Getting them to work collectively is like herding cats. But So it's a very interesting experiment to see how it'll play out in the future. But it's a brave thing to do. And Gravenhill deserves a lot of credit. Well, and Charwell District Council, who set it up. There are similar things going on in Holland and Germany. I think this is the first and the biggest in the UK, and it's a really impressive venture. We'll see how it plays out. Great,
Adrian, and if you could, because it is, pass on that thanks. Also, congratulations to the team at the street. It would be really, really good, because I take your point. This is not just about Adrian James. There's a bigger picture there.
Yeah, a much bigger picture. Yes, all credit to all of them.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Well done. Congratulations, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Matthew.
No problem.
Thanks.
Right. There we go. That's the scheme there. I think that's a few months ago now. It's changed a bit. But again, one of the things I loved about it was a sense of community. And it's a very real sense of community. And ironically, even though it is self-built and there are different architects, there is a sort of eclectic approach to the project, which just works. It's really, really interesting. So, and again, Oxfordshire doesn't always realise, but this is a European leading project, and right on our doorstep. Anyway, all right, enough of the eulogies. Let's move on, Hugh, to the next category.
Ready when you are.
No, this is halfway. Right, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, halfway, which basically means a chance to just reflect, really, but also while we're reflecting, to have a look ahead till next year. And it all sounds a bit mad, but we're going to do something quite interesting next year. We're going to replace the dinner, because we can't go to Keble College. As some of you know, there's a protective bubble around Keble College, and there are no events happening within the college for the next 12 months because of the pandemic. Therefore, we are going to run our event at Bicester Heritage, which is part of the Bicester Motion group. And we're going to get, we're working with the team here, and we will be looking at an event next year. At the moment, it's going to be on the 27th, possibly the 28th. We have an option to extend it, but definitely the 27th of May. And we want to do something a bit different. We've got so much space here for those who know it. We can do the exhibits. We want to do some exhibits here. We're going to do some fantastic walks around the site. We've also got the option of going to Westcott, and we'll probably do another one back into Oxford. Talks as well, and awards. And I think the key issue really is, and it's quite an important point really, is that we've got space here. We can have some fun, but we've got space. So I'm taking a punt that this time next year, or rather in May, I should say, we may still have some restrictions, but we can still do an exciting event here. And the theming here is absolutely fantastic, as you can see. And those who know Bicester Motion and what they've done within the Bicester Heritage and other bits to the development, it is very, very exciting and great fun. So this is the idea. We're trying to do an event. This is a car event which happened a while ago. And we'll do an exhibition with a conference, so hopefully we can talk to people about that. And again, you can talk amongst yourselves, but we think it's quite exciting. We want to celebrate the Arc, I guess, but also Oxfordshire. And we will have the dinner there in the evening in the hangar 113, and we're just putting that together now, so we can do that. And again, we've got enough space to have a very successful evening with a bit of luck. And this is hopefully what it will look like. So that's quite exciting, Hugh.
I'm very excited by this. Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I'm particularly excited by the thought that you might arrive in a tiger moth with the Snoopy hat on. But
well,
we shall see about that.
Well, I arrived last time with an owl, so a tiger moth is possible.
Plain sailing. Yeah.
And I'm always game on to do something ambitious, so we'll see. So anyway, more on that later. Thank you for letting me to sharing that with you. But it is, we think, quite exciting, and hopefully we can get more of you involved and do something quite special to celebrate the county which we live and work in. So there we go. How are we doing? We're not doing too bad. Right, on to the next award, really. And the next award is for the best commercial development. Again, incredibly competitive. Luckily, we've got a great sponsor in Pennington's Manchers Cooper. Thank you to them for giving us their support and for letting us get on and present this award with some cracking competition. Anyway, Hugh.
Yes, we had some very, very, very interesting submissions for this award. And the first one that I'm going to talk about is 8 Hollybush Row, Oxford, a development by Robin Swales and his development team. The project required a careful and extensive renovation of a former Edwardian pub opposite the Jam Factory, part of Oxford's West End, St Thomas's area. The developer has a proven affinity for working with the fabric of Oxford's existing buildings, as we've seen from many of his developments in and around Oxford. Very respectful, again, very much remaining in the vernacular. Our second entry was the Loft on the Cowley Road, the dear old Cowley Road. Now, I love the Cowley Road. It's one of the most lively streets in Oxford. You never go down it twice when it's the same. But what Savills and the team did at the Loft in Oxford is transformatory. The 1960s building, looking very tired. I think it was where the old DHSS used to hang out, above Sainsbury's and Superdrug. It's been a real success and has improved, genuinely improved, a relatively run-down part of the Oxford townscape. Excellent example of creating quality, refurbished office space. Whether or not the Cowley Road is quite ready for it is another question, but there we go. The last of the shortlisted entries was the offices for Solid in Chipping Norton. This was a really, really intriguing entry. Solid by name, solid by reputation. As an owner-occupier-led project, this scheme reflects the needs of this fast-growing West Oxford-based company. The design certainly had ambition, and the finishes were incredibly impressive. All really interesting, very different, but equally interesting projects.
Yeah, very much so. Thank you, Hugh. And great to see the quality coming through. So, without further ado, let's find out who the winner is of this award. And it goes to The Loft. Is it Loft or The Loft?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Good point. Well done. Thank you. So, well done. There's Jan. You've won.
Thank you, and great to see.
Do you want to turn off YouTube?
I've been dialed in. Let's find out. That's a good sign.
Yeah, you won. Jan, can you hear us? Yeah. Very good. Well, Jan.
I can. I just muted it in time.
Yeah, well done.
So I didn't get any feedback at all.
Yeah, well done. That was good. So it's a bit like Eurovision Song Contest, really, all gone wrong. But it sort of works. Jan, well done. Congratulations. Over to you. Any comments?
Yeah, thanks very much. Real team effort, because it wasn't actually, so we nominated it, but yeah, special mentions to the project management team who sort of oversaw the whole scheme, from reconfiguring the ground floor retail, ripping out all the existing structures, adding a new floor. We've now got 3 sort of brand spanking new office built sort of floors available. One of them's top floor's been let, 2 floors remaining. So, you know, plenty of opportunity for people to come and have a look around. As you said, transformatory is the word, because, you know, given to what it was, a sort of 1960s, never been updated building, to completely stripped back, brand new, modern, exposed services, state of the art. Yeah, really, really completely different to what it was.
Excellent. Yeah. Well done. And that's very good. Do you want to who was the developer?
So private developer is guys called Wilton Place Properties. And they've had an investment in Oxford for a while. So it's been a long-term play for them. So, yeah. I mean, they know Oxford and are investing in it, have invested a lot of money on buildings. So, yeah, good sort of non-college private investor.
Yeah, okay. And the architect, just to give him a name check?
So it was Mace, did all the construction work for it, and we did the architectural design and project management. So Savills did the project management planning, and also, yeah, we're commercial agents on it. So
very good. Okay, well done. Well, well done, Savills, and well done to Jan and the team. Very, very well done. Excellent.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Well done.
Well done.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. And there is the scheme. And we're now. So there we go. And those who know Cowley Road will know that scheme. So let's go on to the next award. How's it going so far, Hugh?
It's going very well, don't you think?
Yeah, that's right. It's going right.
Yeah, well, we're rattling through them.
We are actually. It's doing okay. We're doing over toe. And there we go. As if by magic, we have Savills again, who are the sponsors for Best Interior Cool and Funky Award, which is, when I came up with the word cool and funky, it was trying to give the impression that we wanted space that was exciting and was giving an environment where people feel they could do something innovation and create a real buzz, rather than just a standard fit out. Anyway, thank you to Savills, who again, through Charlie and his team, that's Charlie Roten Lee and Jan and the others at Savills, have been incredibly supportive, and hopefully we can keep that relationship going over the years to come, and lots going on. Right, so let's have a look at the shortlist. Hugh.
Well, we've had some very good, cool and funky space over the years. Last year, I think the Nielsen building won it on the Oxford Business Park. But this year, the shortlisted entries were Infinium UK on Milton Hill near Abingdon. Project Maya was the culmination of a strong collaboration between the client, consultants and contractor in the delivery of a cutting-edge research facility. The interiors reflect this ambition, and the client, Infinium, was uber happy. OSI, Oxford Sciences Innovation in Oxford. The Grassroots, a 2,000 square metre, God, it's that big, open plan hub designed for startups to incubate, collaborate and innovate. Recently described as Oxford's latest and definitely funkiest workspace. And I just go off script there a little bit. Why I hesitate over whether it's 2,000 square metres or not. It feels intimate. It is probably pretty big, but it feels intimate, and that's what that's why they made it to the shortlisted entries. And the last of the entries, Oxford Works on the Oxford Business Parks. We know that business parks can date pretty quickly without some TLC. Arlington, the owner of Oxford Business Park, has risen to the challenge by refreshing this building on the park with a new cafe, the Oxford Factory, and business lounge, the Oxford Works. And if none of you have tried it, I highly recommend it. Nice place to hang out.
Right, thank you, Hugh. Yeah, it was, again, just incredibly difficult to make the decision. But actually, interestingly, amongst the judges, there was actually one overall winner quite clearly once we put all the criteria in place, interestingly. Well, let's find out. And the winner is, of this entry, Oxford Sciences Innovation.
The Grassroots.
Yes, thank you, yes, the Grassroots.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And I think we have...
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can.
Good.
Right, who's that? That's...
We won. It's Sam.
It's Sam. Well done, Sam. You won. Woohoo.
Great.
Respect. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic project. Brainchild of OSI. A big shout out needs to go to Modus, who designed and built the project. It was a real collaborative effort from everyone, including Keeble, and to get the project in on time. It was a real team effort from a huge amount of people to make it happen. What's most exciting about this project is really the science and the organisations that are coming out of this space and the innovation that's going on in there. And I think that's really feeding out into the ecosystem of Oxford.
Could you just explain a bit more what Oxford Sciences does? Just it's because that's quite interesting, quite fundamental.
They're a fund that's set up with the university to and many others as well to fund and create innovation in science and the ideas that are coming out of the university, and to help and assist grow those companies and protect the ideas that are coming out of Oxford, and to grow the companies into the ecosystem and to bring the ideas forward to the world, really.
Yeah, fascinating
Stuff.
And just a quick one, how did the space encourage collaboration, or how does the space encourage collaboration?
It was designed, it's a basement space, and a lot of thought was put into how to bring light into the space, how to blend the student accommodation and the university up above the space into the guys that are working in the space. A lot of thought was put into how the open plan nature worked, and how just how the location would work to enable different companies and different ideas to mingle, whilst also having the ability to have private space to work when needed.
Okay, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank you very, very much for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done. Congratulations to you and the team. Well done.
Thank you.
Right, onwards and upwards. So that's the space there. On to the next award, which is the award for Project of the Year. This is really about looking at the major projects, or rather the scheme which kind of, really regardless of size or complexity, was reflecting what's going on in the Oxfordshire marketplace. Working with Ridge on this, and thank you for your support, Ridge. Again, Ridge have been involved in a lot of projects in and around Oxford and Oxfordshire, so it's great to have a partner such as Ridge. So, should we have a look at
Let's rattle through them, yes.
Formidable competition.
It's formidable competition, and from three very, very different projects. First off, we have Christchurch Centre in Oxford, right on the meadow there, designed to accommodate the 400,000 visitors who visit Christchurch every year. Just think about that, 400,000. The building had challenges due to its location in the greenbelt and the floodplain, but was a success in every sense of the word. Our second entry from Kia, actually Kia was the one who proposed this. Kia was again Project Maya. We mentioned Project Maya in the previous entry. Their project at Milton Hill, Abingdon, sustainably designed 33,500 square foot building, is a global centre for innovation and chemistry. Occupied by the petroleum additives company Infinium UK, the building has the credentials to become world-class inside and out. And again, last but not least, the H.B. Allen Centre, Keble College's development in Oxford. It was constructed on the site of the old Ackland Hospital, and the project includes 225 accommodation rooms, high-class conference facilities, which is where we would have been had the festival taken place in Keble College. True wow factor with those conference facilities. And the basement, as we have just seen, led to OSI's grassroots. Impressive in scale, quality in design, and great respect to its surroundings and history. Our three shortlisted entries.
Thank you. Very good. So again, a difficult award for the judges to decide on, but again, as in others, one particular nominee rose to the top, and that one was H.B. Allen Centre, Keble College. Congratulations.
Congratulations
to H.B. Allen and the team which was involved. And do we have anybody there? Yeah, you might need to turn off your video. It's Derek. Derek, are you there? Oh, Derek, you need to turn your video on at the bottom if you're able to do that.
There
Excellent.
He is.
Well done. Congratulations. Do we have... Oh, do you want to turn off the YouTube link?
The mute.
The mute on YouTube. Yeah, you might need to turn... That's it. Can you hear us, Derek?
Okay, I've got you.
Well done. Congratulations.
I can't see you anymore, but I've got you.
We can see you.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there we are. Got you back.
Yeah, well done.
That's fantastic news. Thank you very much.
Yeah, tell us more about the project and a bit about the team, I suppose.
It's an amazing project. Notable for the conservation of the Grade 2 listed original Ackland building, which is shown in the middle of that photograph, which we propped up in the air, some 6 meters in the air, while we excavated underneath it and retained the Grade 2 listed structure. An absolutely staggering piece of engineering, and Eckersley O'Callaghan were the engineers on that. They deserve all the credit. Micah were the architects, and they obviously deserve credit for the inspiration to wrap around a Grade 2 listed building. and to form a basement. Ingene were the engineers, and of course the full credit goes to the client, which is Keble College, and notably Roger Bowden, who was instrumental in the securing of the site and for the inspiration of driving this project through. A truly collaborative project, and we're all delighted and very proud of it.
Great. Well, well done, Derek.
Fantastic.
I know these things are complicated. Building in Oxford is complicated, but I know that you're up for the challenge.
Well, we certainly are. Complicated projects are what we do best. Certainly grade 2 listed buildings we've been working in for years. Cut our teeth working around St Anthony's, doing projects with Mansfield College, a number of Balliol, you name it, we're working for them. And currently doing a very nice project with Jesus College on Cormarket, for anyone who's walking down Cormarket these days.
Okay, well, that's very interesting, and thank you for that update. And thank you, Derek, for tuning in. And we'll no doubt see you soon. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated.
Right, and there's the scheme there, those who know it in all its glory. Hugh, do you have anything to say about that? I mean, it was.
I didn't know
scale of it.
I didn't know they'd had to raise it up on so they could construct the basement. That must have been a thing to see. Wondrous sight. Congratulations to the engineering expertise that went into that.
Yeah,
but it's a great space. It's a great space. It really does have a wow factor.
Okay, right. So we're cracking on through this now. We're just about the hour, but a few more awards left, and very important awards now, more people focused, if I might say. There's always this issue with people about how we encourage them, and this future awards is about that. It's about encouraging people under 35 and highlighting that their skills and their contribution to the marketplace. So, firstly, thank you to Stantec. Of course, they used to be Peter Brett, but they're now Stantec, and they're part of the Canadian company. Very exciting, and Stantec now are now active across Oxfordshire, but also the Arc. So thank you for them and their support, and for being once again just part of the team. Thank you to Stantec. So let's have a look at the shortlist, Hugh.
So our shortlisted entries for this award: John T. Ashworth of Bicester Motion at 33. No, we couldn't believe it either.
No, we've seen his passport though.
Well, you have seen his passport. At 33, John T. is a future leader in property and an ambitious young property specialist at the forefront of innovation in project planning, design and delivery. He is currently leading the Bicester Motion Master Plan and Development. Martin Dixon from Kier Regional Building. From tiny acorns, mighty oaks do grow. At 26, Martin's journey from a work experience placement to full-time employment as site manager at Kier Construction is an inspiration. He is surely a future CIOB Construction Manager of the Year. Last but not least, Monica Zemler from Harwell Campus. From humble beginnings, Monica started at Harwell Campus 7 years ago after knocking on the door to ask for some work experience. Age 33, Monica is a development surveyor with big responsibilities and now a key member of the team.
Thank you.
Our shortlisted entries.
Yes, thank you very much. One quick, I think Monica should be with a K, so apologies to Monica. Anyway, let's move on and not get worried about that. Thank you for that shortlist, it's very good. So, as I say, these things are tricky, and it was no trickier with this one. And the solution which we found was as follows. Yes, the winners are. We had to share it. And we've shared it with John T. Ashworth from Bicester Motion and Monica Zemler. And we're going to speak to Monica first, if she's there. Ah, Monica! How are you? Have you got YouTube on? You might want to turn it off.
Okay.
Yes, the winners are.
Don't we like that?
Monica, well done. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yes, we're here.
Hello.
Monica, how are you?
Very good. That's fantastic.
It did well. You deserved it. Yes, and I don't know who that man is, but I would call security.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Monica? May I ask you a question? What did they say to you when you knocked on the door and said, "Give us a job"?
Oh, it's going to be tricky, but come on, join us.
Tell us a bit about your role there, Monica.
Oh, that's difficult, actually. How long have we got?
Not long.
So I've actually been recently promoted to associate director in business development, but have done a couple of rounds of refinancing for our commercial developments. I've probably been involved as working for a startup in most of the projects at Harwell campus. And I mean, what an incredible journey the past 6 years for me it has been. And I must say that I'm super grateful to the partners that I worked for, to my team at Harwell campus, and to the business partners, and looking forward to the journey forwards from now on to deliver many more.
Yeah, well,
commercial development and promoting Oxfordshire out there.
Very good. Well, you deserved it. Again, amongst the judges, although I don't know you personally, amongst the judges, there was some real credit for you and the way you approached and the way you were involved in some of the key projects. And I think that came through, is that the team I know at Harwell is quite tight, and everybody has a role, and you had a very clear role. So well done. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, very good. And the other person is Jonty, who, of course, happens to be here. Congratulations. I can't shake your hand because I'm not allowed to, but I can give you that, and it's nicely clean. So again, Jonty, very well done. If I might just big him up a bit. He has been involved for the last couple of years here, and again, the team here is tight, but those who know Bicester Heritage and the Bicester Motion, which is the holding company, which is who Jonty works for, will know it is just a stunning environment here, which is incredibly exciting and at the cutting edge. Actually, not only of obviously cars, but also property investment, and it's really interesting, that sort of concept. And Jonty has been involved with quite a major planning application as well, which again, maybe you want to say a few words.
Well, firstly, thank you very much for the award, and congratulations also to Monica. Let's enjoy this another time. I think, so my role really here is Bicester Motion is a property development manager. I'm focused on driving forward a major master plan across a 444-acre mixed-use site. Our core focus is to create a lifestyle destination and a business ecosystem for the promotion of all forms of mobility, so cars, motorbikes, cycles, and that's in the past, present and future. So an exciting journey ahead, and a major project for Oxfordshire. So really proud of this tonight, and excited to celebrate.
Yeah, congratulations. Well done. Thank you. And thank you for letting us use this space, and hopefully, well, we are going to work together a bit more with a bit of luck.
Absolutely, yeah. We're looking forward to hosting the OxProC event next year in a 1937 C-type hangar. I can't say many people have done that before, so really excited to try and make that work with yourselves.
Yeah, thank you. And as you know, I'm always up for trying something new. It sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't. But unless you try, you just don't know, as my mum used to always say. Anyway, thank you very much, Jonty.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Congratulations. So, Hugh.
Are we at the end?
We're nearly at the end.
We're nearly at the end. How sad, yeah.
Yeah, it isn't it? It's emotional. But all good things come to an end.
Well, don't they just?
But we're not there yet. And so Morgan Sindall are working with us on Leader of the Year. And Morgan Sindall have been very busy. They've just recently won a couple of projects in Oxford. So well done to Morgan Sindall. They've been, again, incredibly supportive. And it's just great to be working with a company which is so proactive in the region. We wish them well. So let's have a look. Well, actually, this is tricky, because this is something which is a bit more personal. The decision for this is there is no shortlist, or if there was, the judges decided very quickly, given there was a couple of submissions, and we talked about those, and we had our leaders from last year, James from the previous year, so obviously James and Jane. And it was important to get everybody's views and to talk about it really collaboratively. And this is the one award which the judges looked at some of the skills of people, but also it's about identifying somebody who's a leader in a purer sense, somebody who's leading, somebody who's providing real kind of definition to the marketplace, and it's perhaps taking Oxfordshire and property in Oxfordshire to a new level. And when you start to analyse it in a kind of more nuanced way, actually the nominees are fairly small, but we've got one, and we've got one fantastic winner. And ironically, this person who won it in February, and we didn't know, although we did hear one or two rumours, but anyway, we're not allowed to say that. But we did hear that person was going to be behind one of the biggest sales in the region, and you and I were owned, I believe, 50% of it, and that was sold to Brookfield. And of course, Harwell campus now is going on a different trajectory. It's so exciting. It is now integral to the region and has some of the vaccines there, etc. In terms of the future, there is government support, and so we go on. And there is a vision there, and there's very much a vision there. And the vision has been driven, obviously, by the team, but there's one person who is really stand out of that vision, and that is, of course, Angus Horner, who is the director at Harwell campus and is now leader of the year. Congratulations. Can you hear us, Angus? Angus, are you there?
He's frozen.
He's frozen. Perhaps he's just so excited.
It's
he's
the
frozen.
shock of it.
Perhaps he'll come back. Angus, can you see us? Angus, are you there? Oh, there we go. Fantastic.
Thank you, Matthew. Hopefully you can hear me. This has definitely come early here. For a few of us in here, we are adopting the rule of 6 protocols, socially distanced very carefully.
Do you want to turn that down, actually? Do you want to turn it on? Do you want to turn the YouTube off? Because it doubles.
The internet.
Fine.
Okay. Angus, congratulations. Do you want to say a few words? You might want to turn off the YouTube.
I think there's a time lag, Matthew. Fingers crossed I'm not frozen now. It is a big team sport here. I'd like to thank everyone who's inside the team. We are a bit tight, as you say, on drink and also in terms of working relationships. But I'd also like to thank all of those stakeholders out in the world, my kind of business colleagues, business partners, William Cooper and Gordon Duncan, but all the sort of shareholders and the guys who've been working with us, whether it's the planners, the occupiers, people in the Let and others writ large throughout this fascinating and extremely exciting region. And I would also just like to say that I feel privileged not only to have won on behalf of all these people that have been working collectively together with me here at Harwell, but also privileged to be part of this extraordinary ecosystem that is not only demonstrably tonight bubbling away commercially in terms of real estate, but is also driving these extraordinary benefits for society globally as well as locally and regionally. And it's felt now, particularly during this sort of COVID moment, we're steeped in it here, but I know hundreds of you watching this evening as well are also steeped in this kind of activity and are pushing your shoulders against the wheel really hard at the moment. So I salute you all. It's a great privilege, and I'm greatly honoured and very thankful. Cheers.
Excellent. Thank you, Angus. Was it a surprise? No, you can't hear us. Anyway, Thank you, Angus. Well done. So should we go on to the next slide? So thank you to Angus to do that. That's very kind of him. Hopefully he'll join us next year as a judge because we could do with his direct approach. It's always refreshing, and it will be good for our event. So, Hugh, sadly we come to an end of this. What's been your highlights of the evening?
Well, one thing I wanted to, I think the judges are all impressed by it at the time of the judging, which is a long time ago, back in February. But what we noted, almost across the board, there was an investment in people, which all of the applicants for the awards demonstrated that they had. That investment in their young people, bringing them on, helping them to realise their potential, supporting them, encouraging them, and bringing them through. And I think that's a great part of the success story of all companies who we've talked about tonight, winners, not winners. And I'd like to reflect Nigel's words earlier on that, in fact, we're all winners. All of you are winners. It's invidious to have to choose one amongst a cast of so many. But we hope that you understand the reasons why. We hope you agree with us, and that we will see you again soon.
Yes, very much so. And also times like this, it's important to say thank you. Thank you to, obviously, Nigel and the team for giving leadership in a different way. Steve, who's given us some help with the IT and broadband here. James Walton from the event company, who, again, I've never seen a grown man sweat, but God, did he sweat, and did we not know about it. So well done, James.
We made it.
We made it, James. Well done. Behind us, there is a raft of people who've done a fantastic job, so thank you to all of them. Louise Lucas, who's works with me and to put all the coloured graphics together, etc. Again, like some of the other team, we're all doing it at a slight discount, to be honest, because that's the way it is. So thank you for everybody doing that. From my team, Debbie, Hugh, of course, our music man as well, who has provided all the music, and I'm sure there'll be a copyright issue at some point, so thank you, Hugh. And for hopefully you'll return all those guitars to Eric Clapton at some point. Alan,
you can come and get them.
Alfie, who's again been incredibly helpful, and of course our new partners here with Bista Motion, which we're going to take on for next year. So finally, well done to the nominees, as Hugh said, the runners-up, and of course the winners. Points mean prizes. There were winners. We'll get your awards to you and certificates. Apologies about some of the tech issues, but we are in a brave new world. We got there in the end. You can watch it again online. Once again, thank you very much to Hugh. Thank you to everybody here. Over and out. Good luck.